I think it's something a little bit in some people's DNA, that speed and the adrenaline that goes with it, even when you're just watching it happen rather than doing it yourself, is something that you never really get away from.
They've got that great low torque grumble, and it is intoxicating, I can tell you.
There's a story to every car that's in this club, and everyone's got a story to tell you about their car.
In 1975, I was 10 years old, and my father and mother took us on a family holiday to Bathurst for the annual Bathurst 1000 motor race. Peter Brock won that year in 1975 in an SLR 5000 Torana.
Race for Peter Brock, the race leader in car number 5, sharing the driving with Brian Sampson, but Sampson doing a minor part of the driving stint. Peter Brock's been at the wheel for a very long time in this last session.
To see those cars, enjoy the sounds and the noise, the V8 engines, the crowd getting excited about it, the weather changes through the day, and all the work going on in the pits. Just a fantastic experience that I still treasure today.
Peter Brock, a moment of absolute triumph. Won the race 3 years ago. There's the signal around the circuit. Some people are well prepared for these results.
And of course, many years later, that left an imprint on me. And the white SLR 5000 that I own now is a 1975 SLR 5000, so a pretty cool connection there, and certainly memories that I treasure. My name is Stephen Hennessy. I'm the president of the New South Wales Torana Club. I own 2 Toranas, the yellow 1977 LX SS hatchback behind me, and a 1975 LH SLR 5000. Yeah, growing up in the 1970s in Australia, cars were a very important thing. Back in those days, you were either a Holden family or a Ford family, and we were always a Holden family.
For me, it's always been a Holden. It doesn't matter really what brand of Holden, what make model it is, but have always had a strong passion for Toranas.
And what's your favourite car, Australia? Holden! Let me see, that's football, meat pies, kangaroos and Holden cars, huh? Right!
To be different. It's the Holden Torana, the sporty new leader in the low-price field. Torana, the new name for the new one from G&H.
Yes, as a young man, I saw cars as a freedom. Started with the usual wrecks like an Augstein A40 and kept going through cars, always with the view that the manufacturer never got it right. I could always do a little bit better.
When people are born, I believe there's certain things that are in their DNA. My father was a very, very good motorcycle rider and raced all of his young life. And it's something that I think I was born with as well. The feeling of driving a car through a corner, not necessarily even going fast, but driving the car through the corner properly and braking and accelerating at the right point, driving that car efficiently, it's something that makes me feel good.
It's still great when no one's looking. Put the foot down, listen to the rumble. It's good.
My first Bathurst in 1975 as a 10-year-old was significant for me, and the look of those fantastic Toranas racing around the track and winning the race stuck with me. Always wanted to purchase one or own one, but I just couldn't do it through life's financial situations and life constraints. And all of a sudden, life changes as it does, as it goes through its stages, and I was in a position to say, well, now I can afford to do one or to buy a classic car. Looked at a few different cars that were out there and nothing really tweaked for me, and then this particular one popped up for sale through one of the websites here in Australia.
The first day that he left to go and get the Torana up over the mountain, he was just really, really sort of anxious, but also quite excited. He took an entourage of people to go and check it out with him, and as he drove into the driveway, it was just like this big Cheshire cat grin.
Got lucky because it is an original SLR 5000, it's not a replica. But driving the car home, I sort of realised that this car needed some work. Mechanicals on the car were pretty average, and over the course of the last 10 years that I've owned the car, it's been my mission to restore it back to its former glory. So over the course of a 10-year period, I went hunting for all those parts, all those original pieces, and there's parts on the car that has taken me 2 years to track down from all over Australia in all different places. I've gone crawling through car yards and people's backyards and places that you wouldn't imagine. It's been a long period to do that, a lot of hard work, a lot of kilometres travelled and quite a bit of money spent. But the reward is there, like I said, every time I drive that car and every time I lift the bonnet, it just puts a smile on your face.
With Steve, he's always in the garage. He's always looking, poking, opening the bonnet, having a look, see what else needs to be done, checking the cars constantly. So it's his passion.
To drive the car down the road and to feel the performance from the car that had never been there before, the exhaust note even sounded better, and to know that you're responsible for getting it to that point.
Being a formation member of the club, I was one of the people that started the club in 2006. And this is one of the best clubs to be in because it runs a little bit different to other clubs. And that's how it was set up by me and some other people who started the club who'd been in other clubs and seen how the politics in clubs work.
Yeah, I wasn't really a club person. It's never been a big thing for me. And the main reason is I don't like situations where you have maybe a bit of politics. But I found with the New South Wales Torana Club that the people there were exactly the opposite to that. They were a great bunch of people that were just out there to enjoy these cars for what they are. While it is a car club, it's really a collection of friends. The cars themselves really are kind of a conduit, really, for us to get together and have a good time together. And a lot of the people in the club, they're more than my friends. I consider them to be part of my family.
The youngest member in our club's 21, and I think the oldest is about 78. But one thing about this club is we all have the same interest and the same passion for one brand of car. It's called a Torana.
Everyone is like-minded, we're all the same sort of personalities, family-orientated.
We all love our toys, we enjoy each other's company, and it's great to know that there's a helping hand if you've got a question, technical, or you need a part, or anything else.
There's 6 different models of Torana spanning a period from the late 60s through to 1979, 1980, and we have models of all those Toranas in our club. They are quite different. Some of them will go through from 4-cylinder through to roaring V8s, and we love them all. These cars have all got their own character. They're all beloved by their owners, and every car in our club is a treasured member of the club.
They are iconic vehicles. They're well known, well respected, well loved, and to my mind, they're still a damn good looking car. With this 1976 sedan, I have changed it dramatically since I purchased it, even though it was then a show car. And that's not because I felt there was anything wrong with it, but because, as I say, it is a tapestry, and the evolution of show cars has to be, if you want to keep winning, you have to stay ahead of the game.
Taking these cars out for a drive is always a fun experience. You get a great reaction from just people on the street. When people see them, you always get thumbs up from people. You get people want to walk over there and talk to you about the car.
I mean, the coolest part is being on these runs, being in the convoy of all these colours. It was just so exciting, watching people as you're driving past, waving.
At 10 years old, seeing my first Torana at that Bathurst race and dreaming of owning one of those cars, I never thought I'd get to that point. So to finally achieve that aim in my later years was a dream come true. And buying my first Torana was a massive step for me and one of my highlights of my lifetime. To now have that car in the condition that it's in, but to also own my other dream car in the hatchback Torana, I never thought I'd achieve that. I still pinch myself to think that I own those cars, that it is a dream come true. It is a dream come true. For me, I know full well that when I'm gone, these cars will still be here, and somebody else will carry that dream on and keep that heritage going. So while I physically own the car, I consider myself, and most classic owners do, that we're really custodians. Our job is, sure, to enjoy these cars and enjoy them for our own personal benefit and gain, but the idea is also to preserve that heritage and pass it on to the next generation so that those memories and that history and those wonderful abilities that this country had to produce vehicles like this is not lost.